What's going on, everybody? This is John at the Bumbling Eddie podcast. This is going to be episode 22, I believe. The guest for today actually had some errands to run and all that, so we're going to postpone that. I'm actually very excited for it, though. It's another musician, someone who I saw when I went to Nashville and Memphis with my mom on a trip that we went back in December when I took my mom to Graceland, and we actually did basically a lot of Tennessee. So that episode will come later, episode 23, 24, whatever. We'll figure that out. I do completely understand sometimes, life gets in the way of a lot of different things. So no worries, no problems. So we'll just talk about something else here. So there is something I wanted to talk about. It's kind of, we'll just say a little lighthearted from my perspective, but I've recently gotten into on Netflix, which is Queer Eye. So for those of you who may or may not know, we'll just say the ones who don't know, Queer Eye is a TV show. It's a kind of a reality show where you have 5 gay guys who go and kind of make over a straight guy, or whatever. They go make someone over. So as I'm watching this show, I quickly realized that I need a lot of help. I need a lot of help as far as it goes with fashion, even somewhat decorating the house and stuff like that. But fashion wise, I'm literally, it's just a t-shirt. It's a t-shirt, a pair of running shorts, jeans. I do like a good pair of jeans. I love a good suit. But nothing feels as good as wearing like a tux or like a really, really nice suit. So unfortunately for me, you see this roundness that I got going on here, and it gets even worse as you go down. But, I wanted to talk about the show because there are guys on there a lot like me. I'm 41 years old. I have some friends that are actually very fashionable. Me, on the other hand, I'm not. There are certain days I feel better about myself, and most of the days I'm like, man, I just probably look like a big lump of potatoes. That's what I feel like sometimes. But, that's okay. That's something that I have to work on myself. But I want to kind of talk about the show a little bit because it's something that's actually very entertaining to me. So they have these 5 guys. And by the way, anyone who wants to nominate me, I'm down 100%. I would love to be made over, as far as wardrobe goes and stuff like that. Because, when I do go out, it's hard to find stuff to wear. Like I have a torso of a 6'8" guy and legs of a 5'5" guy. Right. So I'm 6'2", but my inseam is very, very, very short. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's very short. So I kind of run like this. So this show, I've become enamored with it. Right. So I'll sit down and I'll watch it. I'll go back. I actually have my favorite guys on the show, and they're just really a bunch of fun guys. But, you know, if you're a guy and you're listening to this and you've never seen it and you're like, it doesn't really sound like it's for me, give it a shot. Give it like season 1, just watch like the first 3 episodes. You probably watch a bunch of stuff that doesn't really, I don't know, probably doesn't add a whole lot of value to your life, but maybe it's like a little bit mind numbing. But for me, like it kind of woke me up, and I'm like, oh, I can kind of probably pull some of that stuff off it. Maybe I can't pull some of that off, but maybe I can. Oh, by the way, these are Raycons. They're pretty sweet. These earbuds I got, they're actually very good. Not paid, not sponsored. I just use products I believe in. So anyway, shameless plug for Raycon. This show, Queer Eye, is just, they talk about, it's not only just a transformation physically. A lot of it's around like transformation, like mentally, like how I'm going to, approach different things and how you might want to approach life, or maybe you're kind of in a rut. And I think especially now for, all this COVID-19 stuff and, the quarantine and all the craziness that's going on in our world. I think even for me, one of the things that I want to do is really try to take care of myself a little bit more. Trying to do a little bit more every day. I'm not going to go out and try to do everything at one time, because I'm just setting myself up for failure. So this show Queer Eye is just, they transform people, whether it's, I think there was one episode where there was a guy who, he's a volunteer firefighter, and he wanted nothing done. Like, they might redo your house a little bit. They might redo a room or whatever. But I think the transformation that is most impressive is actually the mental side of things. So caring more about yourself, presenting yourself a little bit better, and maybe looking a little bit better for your wife, or your girlfriend, or whatever it is. Or that's kind of like a byproduct of it. But it's about getting out of your own way, and that's kind of a lot of what I want to talk about here. On this podcast in general, is just a story about, it's kind of about your own evolution. I love hearing about people and how they've gotten from, I guess, not from a point to here, but really understanding how they got to here, which is today. So whether you've had like a tremendous struggle, whether you've had tremendous success, whether you're still on a path that you're going down, that is you're trying to accomplish something. You're trying to, in an event, you're a musician, you're trying to release an album, you're trying to tour with someone, you're trying to tour in front of X amount of people, or you're an athlete and you are a Division I athlete and you were drafted into a professional sport. There's a couple of people that I want to try to bring on, that I think would be very interesting guests. But there's just a lot of things like that. So anyway, and I'm bumbling here a little bit, but getting back to the show is actually something that it makes me think a little bit more, right? So it makes me think I can look better, which whenever you look better, you're most likely going to start to feel better about yourself. And then that just kind of snowballs. So maybe at some point for me, someone will write to these gentlemen, the Fab Five on Queer Eye, and say, hey, there's this bald guy with this unruly gray goatee. He's in his early 40s. We'll just say 41 as of today. This dude needs some help. I'd be down 100%. I would love to hang out with those guys, number one. They look like they have a lot of fun. But yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. Just a little lightheartedness. I've been away from the podcast. Life has gotten very, very busy. The world is in a bit of a crazy place. So I just want to try to provide some lighthearted content here for you. And if there's any other, I guess, shows that center around positivity or center around, anything you think may be interesting for me to talk about, let me know. Put it in the comments, or just shoot me an email at the Bumbling Yeti, or that's on Instagram. And then Facebook is the Bumbling Yeti, and YouTube as well. If you're watching this, thank you for watching it. And subscribe, because I'm going to try to be putting out some more. I'm going to try to put out some better content. I'm trying to get some better guests. And as we start to come out of this COVID-19 thing, and we can start to actually interact with each other and interact with people physically, I want to have live guests on here. I'm looking to take a couple trips here and there, and maybe get some people on those trips to talk to, because I'm really interested in people. So if there's anyone out there who wants to be on this, anyone, I don't care if you feel like you have something to add, if you don't feel like you have something to add, reach out to me. We'll just have a conversation. And I guarantee you that we will end up having a conversation about something that's very interesting to you. Or I'd like to learn more about you. I'd like to learn more about your organization. I'd like to learn more about, what your journey's been up to this point and where you think you're going to go. So I just want to start more dialogue with different people, even if you don't have the same kind of viewpoints I do. That's okay. We can still have the conversation and have it like adults. And I'm trying to be more open-minded myself. I'm trying to listen more. I'm not trying to just listen. I'm really trying to hear and listen what's being said around me. So, um, again, this is John at the Bumbling Yeti. Go check out Queer Eye on Netflix. I'm telling you, guys, if you've never heard it before or you've never watched it before, take a peek, because you'll realize very quickly that those nice shoes you wear and you go out, and maybe it'll put a little introspective view on yourself. When you take your kids out or when you go to a field or where you do, I found out very quickly that the majority of the clothes that I wear, probably not a good idea to wear them. And I know why my kids look at me a certain way. And I also know why when I go out, I don't really feel that great, right? So I want to kind of disappear into the crowd. So again, everyone, look, this is John at the Bumbling Yeti podcast. If you can, go check us out. Follow me on Instagram at the Bumbling Yeti. I think it's just the Bumbling Yeti. Pretty sure that's what it is. Take a look here. So yes, it's at the Bumbling Yeti. Also, feel free to check out Aqua Rhino. That's my my little brand I got going on. So you see a little bit here. This is a washed out. I have some merchandise. It's all based around a positive approach to life as well. So it's about positivity, always winning. It's about desiring something, perspiring, working very hard to get whatever you want, and then going on and inspiring other people, which is what I want you to do for me. Inspire me. Tell me your story. Let me know what you're doing, how you've gotten here, where you want to go, all that stuff. I'm super curious. We can chop it up for an hour. It could be 10 minutes. It could be 5 hours. I don't know. But at some point, I want to hear your story. So other than that, everyone, I hope you all stay safe, healthy, and are having a good summer. Or if you would be listening on the other side of the equator, it's winter there, right? Guess that's how that works. I'm looking back to history and geography and all that. So anyway, guys, thanks again. I know I bumbled a bit here, but looking forward to hearing from everyone. I want to try to do this on a regular basis. So let me know what you want to hear. Reach out to me, friends of mine, family of mine. I'm going to try to get some more family on here as well. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you all later. Thanks a lot. Bye.